Hi everyone, we're going to write our equation f of x equals negative 1/2 x squared plus 2x minus 6 in vertex form. We're going to name the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and the direction of opening for this graph. I'm also going to graph it. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is change this to a y. I'm also going to add 6 to both sides and go ahead and put the 6 over here. Then for this little portion, I'm going to factor out a negative 1/2. So you factor that out, you're going to get x minus 4x. All right, so that's because if you multiply this out, you get back to positive 2x. Now we're going to complete the square. And what that means is we're going to add this. We're adding b divided by 2 squared to both sides. Now this is actually negative 1/2 times that. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to move this down a little bit, y plus 6. And then we're going to take this negative 1/2 times this quantity. So let's look at that. B is negative 4. So you take negative 4 divided by 2 squared. So that's going to be negative 2 squared, which is 4. So this number right here is going to be 4. I put a 4 here. Now simplifying this, we're going to get y plus 6 minus 2 equals negative 1/2. And this is going to condense. We want to condense our perfect square trinomial as x minus, and you take half of the 4's 2. And then simplifying further, this is y plus 4 equals negative 1/2 x minus 2 squared. Now for our vertex is the distance from 0. So if you set this to 0, you get x equals 2. If you set your y to 0, you get y equals negative 4. Now, that's not really vertex form. We got to move this 4 back over. So subtract it from both sides. And now you know why these two match, but for this one it's the opposite, if you ever wondered. And then your axis of symmetry is just your h part of the vertex. So this is like your hk. So this is going to be x equals 2. All right, axis of symmetry. Also, our a is negative. So this is a negative number. So that means this is opening downward. I'll just put opens down. All right, and also before we start to graph, our y-intercept is negative 6. That's because when I'm going to graph, it makes it a little easier to graph. If x is 0, so you plug in 0 and this goes away and this goes away, then you're left with negative 6. And I like to always put the vertex 0, negative 6. So let's graph this. Our vertex was negative 1, it's positive 2, and then negative 4. Let me make sure about that. It's 2, negative 4. Here's your vertex. Your y-intercept is negative 6. So it goes through this. And the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. So it's symmetric about our axis of symmetry. So since we have our y-intercept at negative 6, then you just go over 2 here, because it should be symmetric about that line, x equals 2. Vertex was 2, negative 4. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.